The greatest gymnast that we've ever seen.
Extraordinary moments.
Beautiful night for some football.
Joey Logano steps into history.
Scotty Scheffler takes it all.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
Buffalo, it ain't even cold out here. It's a warm day to us.
As quarterbacks, you want the most perfect conditions. You want the dome. But at the end of the day, like, this is playoff football weather.
Muscles his way into the end zone.
We're entering December here, and we're going to have to try to find ways to win in this weather.
Are you kidding me?
To Super Bowl winners play in weather conditions like this.
Help us play. You guys, we'll do it again, baby. Yeah.
They're typically the ones that continue playing.
And this is playoff football weather. Josh Allen right now just clapping it up because the Bills can win their 5th straight AFC East title against the Niners tonight. That is the first day in December they can walk away with the win. Buffalo got around 24 inches of snow in 16 hours. Look at the fans.
Fans, what are we doing?
No,
volunteers.
Bring your own shovel.
Watch out, 49er fans.
They got the Zubas. Temperature is 27 degrees. It feels like 16, but it looks like we're going to have a great crowd at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, regardless of the weather. And on Sunday Night Football, we know we're going to have a great game. There are still games going on in that 4 o'clock window, though. We go straight to the Eagles on the road, taking on the Ravens, and Saquon Barkley doing what he does.
That's right, and that's what this drive was. It was Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts run, set it up here for Saquon touchdown. Best running back in football right now. They're up by 9 in Baltimore, Maria.
That's right, Chris. 21-12 right now. Meanwhile, Jason, the Bucs and Bucky Irving getting it done on the ground.
Yeah, it's been back and forth all day, but hand the ball to this guy and good things have happened. He's been the most consistent offensive performer for the Bucs all day long.
120 total yards for Irving so far, and then the Rams needed a defensive stop, Devin, to get this win.
4th down, you get Jared Verse one-on-one with Moreau, the tight end. Not a strip sack, incomplete pass, but nonetheless, game over.
Game, set, match. The Rams walk away with the victory. Welcome inside our studio where it's nice, warm, and cozy. Maria alongside Devin McCourty. We got Jason Garrett here with you, and we hope you had an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving. Today's been all about the road teams. We just saw the Rams win, and the Eagles and Bucs are leading at the moment, and 5 road teams won in the 1 p.m. window, including, Jason, the Steelers on the road taking on the Bengals.
Yeah, Russ was cooking in Cincinnati. You know, good teams can win when they play their own style on their own terms. The best teams can win a lot of different ways, and that's what Pittsburgh did today. They scored 44 points. Russ threw for 414 yards. 10 different receivers got involved.
I got to FaceTime Najee Harris after the game, and sitting in the screening room, we're like, they came out ready to throw the ball. I said, Najee, was that the game plan? He said, no, it was old school Pittsburgh game plan, run the ball, but Russ saw something different, got him to better plays. They were fantastic today. But how about the Minnesota Vikings? They say football starts after Thanksgiving, and his Viking teams find ways to win. Sam Darnold, first time ever trailing by 13 points and coming back and winning as a starter.
I think the Vikings are the NFC's version of Kansas City. Week in and week out, just simply finding ways to win.
Yeah, we also saw the Cardinals go down, which is actually good for the Rams. Yeah, it's good for Seattle, and it's also good for the 49ers still trying to stay alive. Right now, Week 13 headliners. Who's looking alive, Chris Sims?
Oh, well, we got some good revenge stories, right? We got a little return to New York. Big Cat Williams over here, Geno Smith. Here's the biggest play of the football game, though. It's 21-7 Jets. Williams over the middle. Tip pass interception to himself. 92-yard interception return. Jets offense scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Never scored any points the rest of the game. Then Geno Smith late in the football game. You see here, 4th and 6. Dime. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Close. Game over. See you later. Jets lose. Big win for the Seahawks and Geno Smith. Hi, you can't dish your cousin on Thanksgiving weekend, can you? Oh, yeah, the Chargers did. Talk about a bounce-back game for their defense. Kirk Cousins is one of the better pocket-passing quarterbacks we've seen the last 10 years. 4 interceptions today. Harassed. Didn't look real powerful throwing the football. I don't know, guys. Right now, NFC South, I'm not sure if anybody wants to win that division. It's going to be interesting to see.
Baker Mayfield have something. He might have something to say about it.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Speaking of the NFC South, right now, Baker right now on a goal line stance trying to score one more time, only up 1 against the Panthers, and they saw those Falcons go down, so they definitely want a victory here tonight. All right, we told you we're keeping it comfortable, calm, warm. We know who's not any of those things right now. Jack Collinsworth, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison. How do y'all feel?
Look at these guys.
Let me pop out real quick here,
Maria. This is the kind of weather they dream about in Orchard Park. Over 2 feet of snow so far this weekend. Temps in the 20s. Wind gusts in the 20s, although the wind's dying down a little bit here, Coach. In Buffalo, this is just what they call a good time.
It is. I rode up on the plane from Tampa last night with a whole plane load of Bills fans. They were so excited to be here in the snow.
Got a chance to talk to Fred Warner. He came out in shorts. He came out in a tank top. And I asked him, said, Fred, how's the weather treating you? He said, oh, man, this is easy. I thought it would be worse than that.
You know, it actually is temperature-wise nice right now. Snow, windy, yeah, but the temperature's okay. San Francisco is going to be okay tonight.
But as a player, I love playing in weather like this because it always felt like it gave us that psychological advantage when teams like your dome teams and California teams came into town. You just hit them hard, man.
They took that tarp up about 4:30, thought the snow was finished for the night.
Wrong.
No, says Buffalo. Not on Snow Globe night, baby. We're getting ready for San Francisco and the Buffalo Bills. There's no heater under.
There you go.
There's no heater on that outfit.
Sure, dude.
Look at them out there in the parking lot. You know they're having fun. They're going to be shoveling their own seats here in just a little bit, cooking up some coffee the old-fashioned way. We got Jenga being played. December has arrived in one of the all-time football towns.
We've got an NFC South battle going down in Carolina. The Bucs stopped on this 3rd and 1, Chris.
Yeah, Bucky Irvin off the left edge, nothing there. Loses 6 yards. They have to settle for a field goal. They're up 20-16. Carolina's got the ball with a chance to score.
Meanwhile, in Baltimore, it was a big 4th and 8 as the Ravens trying to battle back in the 4th quarter.
It sure was. Philly's been in control the second half. Lamar deep in the pocket, climbs, tries to throw the big in cut. Philly knocks it away.
All right, so now the Eagles trying to solve this one away on the road. Let's get to the highlights of games that are already locked and in the bank. The Colts taking on the Patriots. Anthony Richardson and the Colts looking to stay within 2 games of the Texans in the AFC South. Let's go to the 4th quarter first. Down 7 in the 4th with a couple of make-or-break 4th downs.
Watch out. Look at this block right here by Pittman. Watch out. And this is not the guy you want to have to tackle in the open field. Anthony Richardson looking good since coming back.
Later in the drive, it's 4th down again.
Clutch play, finding Pierce in the back of the end zone, beating man-to-man coverage. And then, what do? You go for 2, Shane Steichen. I see you going for the win.
And why not when you've got 6'4", 245 at quarterback? And all he does is run it straight on in. The Colts take the 25-24 lead, but Drake May somehow got the Patriots to midfield and set up a 68-yarder.
If it was 66, maybe, but 68 yards, a little too deep for Sly. Patriots fall short by 1 point.
Yeah, Sly had hooked a 25-yarder in the first half as well. So, yeah, Shane Steichen, good decision to go for 2. They get the victory against the Patriots on the road. All right, the Texans taking on the Jaguars. Houston, the Texans have lost 4 of their last 6 games coming into today. But to the 3rd quarter we go, we're all tied up, and Mixon ran all over the Jaguars.
Yeah, Jacksonville was game throughout this ball game, but Mixon rushes for 100, and he knocks it in down in the low red zone.
Yeah, into the 4th quarter, we see C.J. Stroud turning it on, finding Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, a lot of weapons in Houston who haven't been there. Dalton Schultz wide open. Nobody covered him. They finished it. They're getting the balance back in that offensive attack.
Yeah, so Houston won their 7th straight game in Jacksonville. Now they go on a much-awaited bye. But the play that everyone's going to remember, Mike Florio, is Trevor Lawrence suffering a concussion and what happened afterwards.
Yeah, blatantly illegal hit by linebacker Azeez Al-Shire. Ejected, and the NFL says that doesn't prevent a potential suspension. John Runyon is the executive who makes those decisions. He can make that decision as soon as Monday. Al-Shire would have the right to appeal. Lawrence was concussed, carted off. There were multiple fights afterward. Runyon will be parsing through the film to decide who else to punish potentially. So this could come down as quickly as Monday, but the Texans are off next week, so that gives it a little less urgency than it otherwise would have.
Yeah, we talked about that long-awaited bye, and right now the Texans hold a 2-game lead in the AFC South. All right, meanwhile, we're waiting for Sunday Night Football to get kicked off. But if you're a fan in Orchard Park, guess what you got to do? You got to be your own shovel. And I don't know how everyone's showing up without shirts on. I don't know what the plan is here, how long you're going to last for a 4-hour game. But it looks like they got a plan. Kick it out. We're going to make sure that we can cheer on our squad. The Bills looking to ice up the AFC East tonight against the 49ers.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Let's go back to the NFC South. Bryce Young, not looking young at all, trying to orchestrate a game-winning drive here.
No, he's looked really good today. He's looked great on this drive here. Clutch moment, stepping up in the pocket, avoids Vita Vea, and finds Adam Thielen for the touchdown. 23-20. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, all of the Falcons fans are like, yeah, go Panthers, get her done, because you don't want Tampa Bay getting a victory in this NFC South race. All right, let's get it back out to Jack, Tony, and Rodney, who are braving the weather.
All right, Maria, Coach, you're never going to get a home game in Tampa playing like that. The 49ers, they have been hit by waves of injuries all year. Brock Purdy, he's going to play. All his weapons back except for Brandon Ayuk, who is done for the year. But the left side of that offensive line banged up. Trent Williams out with the ankle. Aaron Banks out with a concussion. So that's left tackle and left guard. Defensively, all of those players remain out, plus their best corner in Diamador Lenore. And you look at last year's Super Bowl squad, only 3 defensive starters still in the lineup. The most notable by far is Fred Warner, but he has been playing with that fractured ankle since week 4, he announced this week. And this Buffalo offense, Coach, that they're going to be going up against, they put up 30 points now, 5 games in a row. They're doing something historic there offensively.
They are playing outstanding football, balanced attack. James Cook has given them great running, and Josh Allen is playing so relaxed. It's just really effective, Rod.
Yeah, for the 49ers, defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen, he has to do a better job, Coach, of emphasizing the little things of this defense. Too many missed tackles, miscommunication, 12 guys on the field. He has to do a better job.
And they have to play that way because, as Jack said, they're missing some of those star players. These young guys just have to hustle and hit
and be fundamentally sound.
NFC West is extremely tight. How confident are you San Francisco finds their way into the playoffs?
I like San Francisco and their mentality. I think we're going to see that championship heart come out tonight.
I believe in Kyle Shanahan.
Yep.
That might be a little tip on your pick. I'm tuning in to see if you're going to pick those San Francisco 49ers. We got a whole lot more highlights coming up, including Washington getting back on track. Snow continuing to fall out here in Buffalo.
Touchdown, Washington! Death, Texas, and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Don't let nothing come back stronger, so we go on this run, all right? Man, love y'all boys. Let's go.
He's running like a racehorse. Leo Williams is going to take it in. Leo, Leonard Williams, let's get it. Intercepted. Touchdown.
Big win.
8-4 is what we are.
Rewarding performance. Brought to you by Capital One. Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's, the official grill and bar sponsor of the NFL. And by Allstate. You're in good hands.
Over 2 feet of snow in Orchard Park this weekend, guys. Hundreds of shovelers have worked through the night, throughout the day, to make sure that fans could pull into the parking lot. That the game
Bills Mafia.
Listen, they showed up with their shovels. Honestly, Highmark Stadium, you've never looked so good. It's picturesque. The temperature is 27 degrees, but it feels like 16 right now. Fans were told to dress appropriately but could expect snow in the seating areas, as you can see.
Were they told to bring shovels, though?
Yeah. Were they told to not wear shirts? I don't know, but some of them showed up without them.
Montana shoveling snow.
Yeah, okay, the Titans taking on the Commanders. Washington trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. How about you get well against the Titans?
Yeah, this is all about turnovers early on in this ball game. Tony Pollard fumbles. And the best thing that Washington did is they recovered it and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, let's go to the ensuing drive for Washington. A little something called Jaden Daniels and Scary Terry.
Yeah, throw it to Terry McLaurin. Good things happen. They've been struggling to do this the last few weeks. It was part of the game plan and they executed it.
Yeah, they take the 21-zip lead there. Seems like the game's already over, but then another fumble.
It was the same story. Titan turnovers. Washington takes advantage of it. They're getting the ball on short field. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, and actually we've seen it before. Have we seen this before?
Yes, we have. Same guy. Throw the ball to 17. Good things happen. And oh, by the way, Washington rushed for 267 as well.
Just seconds ago, this field goal happening in Carolina.
McLaughlin for 51 yards out. It's good, tight game. Tampa Bay said, I still want the NFC South. Hold on.
Looks like we are going into overtime. This game is on Fox, and we will most certainly keep you updated on the answer that Bryce Young and the Panthers had. The Chargers taking on the Falcons. Speaking of the NFC South, Kirk Cousins, they are coming off of a bye, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak to the third quarter we go, going for it on 4th and 5.
Yeah, going forward, 10-9. Defensive struggle here. Don't see this a lot from Kirk Cousins. Pick six, bad, late, right into the defender's arm. And really, from this point on, the Chargers never looked back and controlled the game. They get the two-point conversion, go up 7. Cousins was uncomfortable all day long, Maria.
Yeah, Tarheeb still, the rookie, gets that pick 6. He would have another interception in this one. And this could have been the turning point for the Falcons here.
Shocked here right now. We know the Chargers got a really good defense. It's 4th and 5. You're up by 4. Things that you've been turning the ball over. I'm shocked that they went for that fake punt in that moment.
Yeah, on the ensuing drive, giving the Falcons life. It's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, but once again, harassed in the pocket, and then I've never seen Kirk Cousins do this type of stuff. Like I said earlier, it's one of the best pocket passers in football, and today he made a lot of really iffy decisions.
Yeah, that's the 3rd interception of the day for Cousins. Raheem Morris just looking on. Not much you can do. 4th and 12. Falcons trying to stay alive in this one.
Yep, down the middle, there he is. Derwin James, another interception, 4th of the day. Way to go, Chargers D.
Chargers win their 5th in the last 6 games. Jim Harbaugh, how you feeling in the locker room?
That was one heck of a win right there, and I got to tell you, man, I'm just thankful you overcame my coaching decisions, and I just want. Hey, you know how big that win is? Yes, sir. You can never have a bigger win than that right there. That was huge. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
And Kirk Cousins is a fellow that has some questions that need answering, okay? 0 touchdowns, 6 interceptions during 3-game losing streak for the Falcons. He leads the NFL with 13 interceptions so far this season. So it's time for the Lowe's home team help Sims. Let's break down Kirk's day.
Yeah, we know they can run the ball in Atlanta. They're usually efficient throwing the football, but they're having a hard time finding big plays in the pass game. It's a lot of work right now. And Kirk Cousins is not on his game, whether it's decision-making or just missing the target with his throw. Pocket's clean there. First drive of the game. Man, it's a touchdown. It's a walk-in for everybody in football. They missed the field goal following that play. Here, I mean, it's a mosh pit of Charger players down the field. Interception into 4 defenders. And then in the pocket here, that's just good defense. They were all over some of Atlanta's passing game schemes today. The ball floats in the air. We saw that a bunch. We hadn't seen that since earlier this year. Kirk Cousins not on his game right now. He better get on it soon if Atlanta wants to win the NFC South, Maria.
Yeah, that's Kirk Cousins' just 2nd ever game with 4 or more interceptions. The last time was 2014, back when he was with Washington. And obviously the question just starts to build a little bit because we know Michael Penix Jr. is there, the 8th overall pick. The question, Raheem Morris answered it, no chance there would be a change. Is it even fair to ask the question, Jason?
Oh, it's fair. I mean, Cindy just showed you the stats. It's fair to ask the question, but I love what Raheem did after the game. Kirk's our quarterback. Remember, they're still in first place there with a lot of football to be played. He'll come out of this thing.
We said the same thing. The Jets weeks ago, they fired Robert Saleh. They were a game away from being in first place, and you said it earlier. Look at where you're at, not just your record. Atlanta still has everything right in front of them.
And I give credit to this Chargers defense. I was a little skeptical because they had played well against some younger quarterbacks. The last couple of weeks, not as good. Kirk Cousins has played a lot of football in this league, and he looked confused today. Hats off to that D.
And on the other side, that defense playing well. The offense has to find somebody else. McConkey, 117 out of 147 yards that Herbert threw the ball. They need somebody else to step up and have somebody to rely on when they do a good job on McConkey.
Yeah, we'll see how bad this Falcons loss hurts them. Right now, the Bucs are in overtime against the Panthers, but we'll get you updated on that. And the Eagles trying to ice it against the Ravens. But it's time now for tonight's DraftKings Sportsbook 3 play. And for that, we go to Matthew Berry.
Maria, since Christian McCaffrey has been in San Francisco, he has never gone 4 straight games in a season without scoring a touchdown, and I don't think he starts tonight. That's right, CMC hasn't scored in the 3 games since he returned, so he is due. In a must-win game for the Niners, I expect them to lean on their best player, especially in the red zone. And hey, I like the matchup against this Bills defense that has allowed a touchdown to a running back in 3 of their last 4 games. Speaking of the Bills defense, one area that Buffalo really struggles is defending against pass-catching running backs. Get this, no team in the NFL allows more receptions per game to running backs than the Buffalo Bills. Niners also have a banged-up offensive line tonight. I expect Buffalo to bring pressure, which means Purdy will be dumping off to McCaffrey a lot. Give me Chris McCaffrey to have at least 25 receiving yards tonight. And finally, the Bills' defense also struggles against tight ends. Entering this week, Buffalo was allowing the 8th most receptions per game to opposing tight ends. So I'm taking George Kittle over 3.5 receptions. Listen, Kittle has gone over this number in every single game this year except for 1. I expect Kittle to be heavily involved tonight and once again clear this number. So McCaffrey twice and George Kittle, that is my DraftKings 3 play for tonight, Maria.
All right, well, right now they're going to try to slow down George Kittle and Josh Allen and the Bills. 6 straight wins, and they are 5-0 at home, so I bet that weather is going to play a little bit into their favor. But now, in celebration of Disney's new film, Mufasa, the Lion King, we have some special guests as we look at the players arriving to tonight's game.
What do we have here? Well, move your head and let me see. Come on. Wow, Pumbaa. Are these football players or fashion models? I wish I had the confidence to wear that. I wish you would wear, well, anything, really. Timon, what's a football made out of? You don't want to know.
All right, Chris, we are still in overtime right now in Carolina because of this 55-yard kick.
Yeah, Bucs got the ball first. Baker hit 2 big throws, but Chase McLaughlin mixes the 55-yard field goal attempt. Carolina now only a first down or so away from getting a field goal range themselves.
Yeah, currently 3rd and 5. We'll keep an eye on that one.
All right, here we go, boys. Here we go. That's the way to start. Let's go eat.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
It is time for our Sunday Fun Day.
Toe tapper specialist.
It is Vandemonia. Welcome to the sack party, my friend.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Oh, yeah, 49ers quarterback and Brock Purdy is back after missing last week with a shoulder injury. And without him, San Francisco, they went into Lambeau Field and suffered their most lopsided defeat since 2018. It has just been that kind of year. They can't get all their star power healthy at the same time for San Francisco. Coach, so what will it take for them to get right on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, Matthew Berry was talking about Kittle and McCaffrey, and yes, they've got to get going, but they've got to make it a physical game tonight. Buffalo plays a lot of nickel defense, smaller guys. They've got to pound it. I think we need to see Jordan Mason and maybe even Deebo Samuel in the backfield running at him.
Yeah, I think Coach McDermott has done a really good job with this defense. They have a bunch of veterans, and one of the coaches told me they have to set and protect the edges. That'll be a big part of the game plan tonight. But also, Coach, I'm excited about their secondary. I love these veteran corners they have, and I think Taylor Rapp has come in and provided them with a lot of leadership.
And then getting Matt Milano back is really going to help this defense. He's a great player, and he's an emotional leader for Buffalo.
You were talking San Francisco. They just have looked so different without their left tackle and Trent Williams. They've lost 4 straight without him in the lineup. They're looking to fix that out here tonight. And also tonight, in support of the NFL's My Cause, My Cleats initiative, Josh Allen is wearing custom cleats designed by kids from the Oshai Children's Hospital with the help of AWS Generative AI. And this week, the Bills quarterback met up with Jason Garrett to talk about his football journey and how it all began growing up in California.
I was a big 49er fan. We went to a lot of games growing up and tailgated quite a bit there. One of my first memories, we were at a 49er tailgate, and I was maybe 4 or 5, and I was playing catch with my dad, and told my dad just like, throw it this time. I really want you to throw it as far as you can.
Welcome to the future.
He did. I caught it, and it hit my forearms so hard, and they were red and basically bruised up for a week. But when I caught that ball, everybody that was in the tailgate area started clapping and cheering for me, and I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
How about that?
Yeah.
10, 5, and muscles his way into the end zone. Welcome to the future.
How is the impact of Sean McDermott maybe empowering you as a leader on this team?
Early on, it was kind of the micromanage and hover over and make sure that my quarterback's doing the right things. And then we started winning. He's like, you know what? Like, I'm going to let you be you. And he really wants everybody that walks in this building to show their personalities. And then we say, be you with us. So you're okay to be an individual in this locker room as long as you're doing it with everybody.
Run it, throw it, catch it. Run it, throw it, catch it. That's it. No block.
A lot of game left. Let's stay in it. He gave some helmet taps.
Does your role change when maybe some of the veteran guys leave and it becomes a younger team?
I think you have to get a little bit more vocal, which isn't my strong suit. I'm the first one to admit that I don't like to say a whole lot. I like to go do.
Oh, Josh Allen, he puts on the cape.
Sean told us, you do an amazing job keeping everybody loose.
Yeah. I bust his chops any chance I get. Doesn't matter who's around. I always try to throw little digs in at Coach to just loosen him up a little bit. And I feel like he even walks around and he starts playing some pranks on people. But I think that, again, the job that we have, it's hard enough. But at the end of the day, we should have fun doing it. This should be a fun process. It's the greatest job in the world, in my opinion. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it that I can do this job.
It's clear that he enjoys it. And Jason, you enjoy your job. You're doing everything, working Thanksgiving games, going up to Buffalo, having that conversation. But what was your takeaway from the conversation?
There's great energy in Buffalo right now. You're just walking into that building and talking to Josh. You just feel there's just a positive vibe there. And I love what be you with us. That idea. It's what you strive for as a coach, to create that kind of environment. And that's what they have. And if you think about it, Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator, has this expression, everybody eats. So a lot of different receivers, a lot of different runners, the tight ends, they're all getting the ball. Stephon Diggs was a great player there for a long time. They don't have that focal point that they did before. Everybody's ready. They all do all the dirty work, and they're embracing that approach in this environment.
And it's a perfect time for Josh Allen, because I think the mental part of the game for him, he's seen everything better. You look at the 4th down against Kansas City, he drops back. He doesn't hesitate. He sees they're all in man. They have their back to him. I'm out of here. He runs. He knows where he wants to go with the ball, and he's getting it to all of these different players.
Definitely. And as Jason always says, right, Josh Allen doesn't have to bear the whole burden of the football team right now. The O-line is overpowering. Teams have to stop the run. And then what you just mentioned, they have 3 or 4 receivers right now. When you play man-to-man and get in their face, you better watch out. This is a different Bills team than we've seen the last few years.
Meanwhile, the 49ers, worst start since 2020. You're facing this Bills team that's surging. What do you do? Throw the whole kitchen sink at them? How do you slow them down?
I think I might actually take a different approach here. Run the ball, chew up clock, keep Josh Allen off the field. The 49ers defense hasn't been very good, but it's a tough one. What do you guys think?
Coach Belichick used to always say, you can't play defense worried about your offense. But I'm going to agree with you, sis. They got to slow it down. They got to try to keep Allen off the field and execute better at situational moments in the game.
Yeah, it's complementary football, right? You have to help your defense against this guy and those weapons that they have. But the biggest thing in this game for San Francisco is the red zone. They've been really poor scoring and really poor preventing teams from scoring. So that's what this game is going to come down to.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a crazy game going on right now in Carolina. Bucs-Panthers. It's in overtime. Bucs had the ball first, missed the field goal. Panthers get the ball. This happens.
Yep, we got Adam Thielen, one of the best catches of the day, if not the year right here. Bryce Young, 3rd and 5, out route. Thielen one-hands it, no problem. Very next play, we're in field goal range. Chuba Hubbard, strips it out. And as we sit here and talk right now, Bucky Irvin just broke a big run.
Rashad White broke it.
Here it is.
Look at Rashad White.
Way to deliver. It's Rashad White off the left tackle, and now they are sitting pretty, the Bucs, to pull this one off.
Yeah, we'll let you know if they actually do pull it off and hit the field goal. We'll keep you updated for sure on this NFC South showdown. Let's talk about the Rams, and they're going against the Rizzy Saints. They're looking for a 3-0 start under their interim head coach. To the 4th quarter we go. Derek Carr to MVS. He's having a great game.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, throw him the ball. The Rams were shut out up until halftime. They take the lead, but there's MVS coming back.
Yeah, Saints give her a 2-point conversion, tied up at 14. Ensuing drive, Stafford to Puka.
Yeah, talk about a guy who does so many things for the Rams. Just get him the ball down there and close. He'll get it in.
Yeah, Stafford had a great half after being shut out in the first, 160 yards passing, but just over a minute to go. The Saints need a touchdown here.
Yeah, a lot of rookies on this Rams defense are showing up. That's Jared Verse with the sack fumble, and that seals it for the Ramblers.
All right, now the Rams just 1 game back of the NFC West lead. And you know who's got the lead? The Seattle Seahawks.
That's right.
Yeah, they're on the road taking on the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be looking to his wide receiver, Garrett Wilson here.
Big moment of the game. 21-7. They just recovered a fumble kick return. Wide open. It's Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. It doesn't get any easier. Guess what happens next play, Maria? Pick 6. Leonard Williams tips the ball in the air to himself. He's 300 pounds.
He's a defensive tackle.
He's now running 92 yards, and he's like, I can't believe I'm still running, and I'm out of breath. Where's the oxygen tank?
Longest pick 6 by a defensive lineman over 300 pounds. There's the oxygen
tank. There it is. You needed it.
Big shout out to Big Cat. Okay, he's agile. He's got the mane. He's got everything going.
He's looking good. He's getting his payback because he played for the Jets at one point.
All right, to the 4th quarter we go. The Seahawks were sleeping, actually, to start this game. I know we gave you some highlights, but let's go to a 4th down here.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes early by the Seattle Seahawks, but the Jets always find a way to out-mistake other teams, okay? That's what they do. Here, 4th and 1, DK Metcalf, pass interference, as easy as it gets. Then we go to another 4th and 1, Maria. And here we go. The Jets make a good play. But again, find a way to mess it up. Horse collar tackle. First down, Seattle.
Yep, Solomon Thomas is called for that horse collar. So the Jets had 10 penalties in the second half, 4 penalties on this drive alone.
Yeah, that's not the way you win football games. And we've seen the Jets find ways to lose almost the whole season. Charbonnet up the middle, boom, pow, touchdown Seahawks.
Yeah, that came just 4 plays later, and now that's the first lead of the game. They scored 19 unanswered points. Final chance for the Jets.
Right. The Jets scored 2 offensive touchdowns in the first quarter, and I'm telling you, they didn't do jack diddly squat from that point on. And here this is Aaron Rodgers. That's your blitz play, Jets? Holy cow. Yep, I want a garbage bag, too, to put over my head.
Yeah, we don't want you to have to do this anymore, you know? Let's get a TFT update brought to you by Accenture. Mike, you actually spoke to Big Cat Leonard Williams after the game.
Yeah, I asked him, 92 yards, is that the farthest you've ever run on a football field? He said, that's the farthest I've ever run in my life. And at around the 50, he was wondering, when is someone going to finally catch me? But he was on the left sideline. He knew no one was going to catch him from that side. And he saw all of his teammates to his right. He figured nobody's going to get through all of those players and get to him. So he scores the touchdown. At halftime, Aaron Rodgers said to Leonard Williams, there's an early Christmas gift for you. And at his post-game press conference, Leonard Williams put a early lump of coal in Aaron Rodgers' stocking by saying this: he's an older guy, and he doesn't want to take big hits anymore.
Oh, man.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Give you a gift and you do that, too?
Big Cat taking big shots. How about this? The Bucs finally walk away with the victory. That 30-yard attempt by Chase McLaughlin is good. So that is a 3-point victory. Tampa Bay, Atlanta now tied at 6-6 in the NFC South. Tampa Bay has won 2 straight. Atlanta, though, does own the tiebreaker in the head-to-head. Let's go to the Cardinals and the Vikings. Vikings and Cardinals, 2 playoff hopefuls meeting in Minnesota. Third quarter is where we're going to start this bad boy. The Cardinals going to lead at 12-6. Kyler Murray hooking up with Marvin Harrison Jr. Some good Ohio State highlights for you. Sorry I had to do it.
Right here, Kyler Murray to Marvin Harrison. This was 1 touchdown they had. They were 1 of 6 in the red zone. It was the difference in this game.
Very next drive, though, Sam Darnold under pressure.
Sam Darnold was out there making plays. Didn't play perfect all game, but when they needed situational football, Sam Darnold came through.
Okay, 4th quarter we go. It is 4th down. Darnold has to make something happen.
Who would you cover, Maria? I would cover him. Justin Jefferson wide open on 4th and 7. You can't play that way.
Yeah, that was good for 12 yards. And then here's 2 plays later. Darnold to Aaron Jones. Remember, this is redemption. Jones lost the fumble and dropped the touchdown earlier.
And he said, hold on, game's not over. I'll help you guys out. Let's go, Vikings.
Praise God. You saw hands clap. Okay, this is the last-ditch effort for the Cardinals.
Right here, this Vikings defense, they let some drives happen, played good in the red zone, and right there, my fellow twin Griffin comes out with the interception. I see you, Griff.
Oh, twinsies. Kyler Murray, though, 2 interceptions in that matchup. All right, as you take a look at the NFC North, the Lions, Vikings, Packers, they're all bunched in there together, but the Packers, 2 games behind the Lions. They actually play Thursday, and the NFC West, Seattle has a 1-game lead on the Rams and the Cardinals as it stands as we speak. All right, we've had 2 of the best running backs in the league going head-to-head. Derrick Henry, try to tackle that bad boy, or Saquon Barkley, try to tackle that bad boy. We'll see who gets the better of who when we come back in the highlights. Yeah.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
It's the most wonderful time. It's the happiest for football. When the air turns angrily cold, smoke emanates from their breath, and the prospect of blanketing flakes rises.
The field is covered in snow.
It's football's time of year.
Come on, let's go!
They embrace it with unrelenting passion.
It's just right for us.
A beautiful truth to abide by in a brutal game. With another division crown imminent, these Bills believe more is in store. While desperation fills the frigid air for their West Coast opponent. It's December. football's time of year.
Yes, sir. The launch of December football in Orchard Park and Bill's Mafia. They were offered $20 an hour plus food and hot beverages to help out. It's a pretty good deal. It was a BYOS event. You got to bring your own shovel. Might have been BYOB too. We'll check on that.
Got some of that. Yeah.
We are on the field presented by Hyundai. All right, Rob, what is the biggest thing you're watching for tonight in these elements?
Well, for the San Francisco 49ers, will they give George Kittle the ball in the passing game? He's such a difficult matchup to try to match up with, Coach.
Well, for me, talking to the coaches on both teams, everybody talked about physical. So I'll be looking at the running backs, James Cook for Buffalo, and this Christian McCaffrey and the whole group of San Francisco running backs. Who's going to be the most physical tonight?
I'm looking at the Bills defensively, and they're running around. They got a lot of energy, and I said, man, what's going on? You guys look fresh. They say, hey, we needed that bye, and our legs feel fresh. We're ready to go.
Especially this late in the year, and this will be the first time we see Brock Purdy play an NFL game in below freezing temperatures.
So give it to your running back.
That's right, but he does have experience playing in this kind of weather from his college days at Iowa State. He's wearing a turtleneck about like this. Maria Taylor.
I was actually going to ask, could the scarf get any bigger, Jack? Like any bigger?
Purdy won't be able to throw if that's his turtleneck.
I know. Okay, someone who could throw all day was Russell Wilson. Steelers taking on the Bengals. Let's start there with Wilson cooking.
Yeah, Wilson cooking. Calvin Austin III down the middle, touchdown. But Russell Wilson, from the start of this game, his right arm, big throws, was really impressive.
And not many quarterbacks are playing better than Joe Burrow right now.
No, Joe Burrow's been under attack. It's all offense. Look at him in the pocket. 2 hands on the ball, jump pass, touchdown. Pretty awesome right there.
That went to Jamar Chase for 4 yards. Ensuing Steelers drive, though. Here's Najee Harris running it in.
Yeah, Najee Harris, the run game. Najee Harris was really good today, both in the run game and the pass game. And from this point on, Pittsburgh started to control the football game defensively, offensively. But I don't know, Maria, is that old Russell Wilson right there? Making a little magic?
I see it.
A little laser at the Friar move there, touchdown, and really the Steelers never looked back from this point.
He threw for 414 yards. That's the second most in his career, just his third 400-yard passing game. Look at Pat looking for some high fives. You're not going to get it.
No.
Steelers most points in a game since 2018. The Bengals down 10. Burrow just trying to make something happen.
Oh, Nick Herbig, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, all the good names for the Steelers were around the ball today. Poor Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. Woo! Your defense isn't good. It's all on you.
And one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Mike Tomlin's going to get you a winning season, okay? 18 for him, and Najee Harris celebrated with his head coach. And guess what? Devin McCourty caught up with Najee after the game.
We saw you dancing with Mike Tomlin after the game. What was the celebration like? How does it happen where you end up dancing with Mike Tomlin, man?
Mike Tomlin, like he like us. We all just like kids, just getting older. So Mike T, you know, I mean, he always in the spirit of like, you know, celebrating it. Even in the locker room, even besides, you know, the stuff like after the game, he'd be at practice dancing with us too. You know, he's such like a almost like a father figure, but also like a best friend.
Offensively, 44 points today. What was the game plan? Was it kind of a pass-heavy game plan coming in today? What was the difference in this game for you guys?
Really, the game plan was actually opposite of that. It was actually just getting back to our type of football, and that's running it. But you know, the defense was in certain looks where, you know, they want to take advantage of it. We knew some things that they was going to be in, and like in saw pressures or some type of things where we could hit them on big plays, big screens and stuff like that. And we kind of saw that as the game went on. Is like, you know, there's going to be a lot of open plays in the pass game. So, you know, we just took advantage of that and took what they gave us and just kept, you know, playing football.
I know when you look and hear that the Steelers scored 44 points in the game, you're like, wait a minute. But what's going on with this Steelers team and the identity that they have with that guy playing quarterback?
I think Najee Harris just said it. They had a game plan to run the ball, but Russ gets to the line of scrimmage, sees the looks that they're giving him, say, no, this is open. We're going to throw the ball down the field. We're going to attack. They know we're running. Let's take advantage of their defenses.
Yeah, I credit offensive coordinator Arthur Smith and Russ to be able to adjust during the game like that. We talked about it earlier. The best teams can win different ways. I have this image of Pittsburgh. Hey, we got to run the ball, play great defense. Not today. 44 points, and somebody said it. Russell looks like it's 2014. He's really playing well.
Yeah, and they are 9-3, best start since 2020. And right now, the Steelers looking great, and the Ravens trying to keep pace with them, okay? But they've got to take on the Eagles. We've been waiting for this rushing battle. We get Saquon Barkley. We get Derrick Henry. You're welcome. Let's start in the first quarter with the Ravens up 3. Lamar Jackson throwing dots.
Early in the game, Lamar was able to extend some plays. It was really just all Lamar Jackson, but what a catch right here by Mark Andrews. You talk about strong hands. Don't even tuck it, Mark. I see you.
I love it. 14-yard touchdown is good, but the story of this game, Jason, was Justin Tucker.
Yeah, coming into this season, this is arguably the greatest kicker in NFL history. A rough start for Justin.
Missed that PAT into the second quarter. Jalen Hurts making it look easy.
This was a drive that got Philly's offense going. Finish it off with Goddard here, but the offense moved the ball, and Philly didn't look back from this point on.
Yeah, they were trailing 9-7 there, but later in the second, with Eagles down 2, a little brotherly shove doesn't hurt anybody.
Everybody on the planet knows they're going to this play, and they execute it and score every single time. Look at those guys. The low man wins in football. Jalen throws it out there.
Okay, so another chance for Justin Tucker. A 47-yard field goal attempt coming this time.
We said it 2 weeks ago. They have to assess this situation, figure out what's best. Another missed kick by Justin Tucker. What if they had these points that he missed today?
Yeah, and then later in the third, Tucker missing another, this time from 53 yards.
Yeah, and this is 10 total kicks for the season for Justin. Again, the best of all time. He and Harbaugh won so many games together. I don't know. They have some decisions to make in Baltimore.
Tucker missed 3 kicks for the first time in his career, 2 field goals and a PAT. Fourth quarter, Saquon Barkley like, let me take this. Let me take it.
Fourth quarter, Barkley time, baby. Get in the end zone. Saquon Barkley dominated running the ball in the fourth quarter for the Eagles.
So Saquon Barkley dominated in the run game, but the Eagles defense showed up. That's a DGD right there. Jalen Carter holding it down. Let's check out how this defense was able to slow down the league's #1 offense with this All-State check-in.
Oh, yeah, Maria. The Eagles fly, the defense, what they do. It has been phenomenal. It came in today as the #1 defense in football. And Lamar Jackson, we know he's going to make some magic and make some plays, but they were few and far between today. Coverage was sticky down the field. You see a group of Eagle defenders there to knock the ball out. Here, really good throw by Lamar Jackson on the money. But again, Avonte Maddox does a good job. Incomplete pass. Then, not a whole lot of magic plays with Lamar Jackson behind the line of scrimmage. Nolan Smith Jr. gets the sack. A little blitz here. Zach Bond, he gets the sack. They harassed Lamar all day. They didn't let Derrick Henry get off. I have a little bit of a man crush with this Eagles football team, Maria, and I think it's time to say this.
What happened to the
Lions
Bengals?
and the Eagles are the 2 best teams in football, and they're in a tier by themselves.
Wow, some people change real fast. That was the All-State check-in. Do you guys agree with what Chris is saying?
We talked about it last week. This Eagles team, they found their identity, and they are playing like one of the best teams in the NFC. They might be better than Detroit right now, the way that they're playing. They know who they are. They're not changing. Feed Saquon Barkley. It'll pay off, and it did today.
It's been really, really impressive. Don't forget about Mahomes in Kansas City. I know it's a little bit ugly for them, but they still only have 1 loss. The big concern for me coming out of this game, though, Baltimore's run defense. As good as anybody coming into the game. As that game wore on, more and more of Saquon Barkley, they just couldn't stop him.
Yeah, Barkley had 107 yards rushing, leads the NFL, though, in rushing, so maybe no surprises there. But meanwhile, we talked about Justin Tucker, 35-year-old kicker. We have never seen him have a nightmarish day, but we saw Harbaugh afterwards. He said they have no plans to move on from Tucker and said that would not be wise. All right, back to Sunday Night Football, the Niners and the Bills. It's time for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew, you've been rolling lately. Who you got tonight?
Yeah, we're going to try to keep it going, Maria. If you saw my 3-play earlier, you already know I like George Kittle tonight, so I'm doubling down. I'm taking the over on Kittle's receiving yards. Get this. Since week 2, George Kittle has at least 45 receiving yards in every single game he's played. 8 straight games. In a game where the Niners are a touchdown underdog, expect them to be throwing a lot, especially in the middle of the field where the Bills struggle defensively. Give me George Kittle over on his receiving yards. That is my Barry's bet for tonight.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up.
Oh, it is playoff football. football, and the fans are ready in Buffalo. They love it there in Orchard Park. They came in, they used their hands as shovels, and they got ready to sit on down. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy, the 49ers, 1.5 games behind Seattle in the NFC West. They need a victory on Sunday Night Football to get things going. But we start our Sunday Fun Day with the Steelers' big win in Cincy.
Tougher than woodpecker lift up. Everybody get up. Najee Harris finds a crease, and he's into the end zone. Great job of finding the hole. Wow. Oh, who's better to get loot than the Freiermuth? Yeah. Feeling good right now. Oh, Nick Herbig. Scoop and score. We're seeing an exodus of Penguin fans.
Hey, y'all better let Russ cook, okay? The Steelers are 5-1 with Russ as the starting quarterback, and check out the numbers that he had today.
Hey, looking good. He's so comfortable, and it's a very familiar style. It's like the old Legion of Boom days. Defense, run the ball, make the play, Russ.
Yeah, second most passing yards of his career in that game. Sunday Fun Day continues with Ladd McConkey. He's used to playing in Mercedes.
Oh, I know. He's a Georgia alum. We know that. He's a good little lad today, too, this Irish McConkey. Now, Georgia's still going to lose in the same building to Texas this week, but he did go 9 receptions, 117 yards, and was the go-to target for Justin Herbert and the Chargers today.
Ladd going off in Atlanta is a good sign for Georgia, so you sit down and be quiet.
Nobody cares about Georgia or Ladd McConkey. How about Aaron Jones? Bad play right here. You fumble. Everybody feels bad. You're open. Touchdown. You drop this. But Aaron Jones said, you know what? Adversity strikes, but it's not about the adversity. It's how you respond. Aaron Jones, game on the line. Find me. Coach, believe in me. Look at Kevin O'Connell. We believe in you, Aaron. Keep doing what you do.
Hey, how about Leonard, Big Cat Williams, coming back to New York. 6th pick in the draft in 2015 by the New York Football Jets. He went off today. He had 2 sacks. He blocked an extra point, and this play right here, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, interception, return for a touchdown. Get that man some oxygen. He deserves it.
Leonard Williams said he's playing with a chip because he wasn't Defensive Player of the Week last week, so it kind of worked out. When you take a look at the NFC West standings, and right now the 49ers 1.5 games back behind Seattle. And right now it's time for our home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's, America's Pick. They're rolling with the Bills, 74% of America. Meanwhile, your Football Night in America crew is rolling with... Okay, good job, Tony. He always saves us. He always saves us. Tony, you got to tell me why you're rolling with the 49ers on this one.
Well, Maria, I think we're going to see that championship mentality come out. I think they're desperate, but Buffalo knows what's happening. Bobby Babbitt, their defensive coordinator, told me, we know the 49ers are going to try to pound us. We've got to try to put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands and make him throw it.
Offensively for the 49ers, they have to run the football, use the screen game to slow down the pass rush, and work George Kittle. But one of the most important things, coaches, they have to stay patient. This is a defense, the Bills defense, they don't give up a lot of big plays, and sometimes you have to go on 8, 10, 12 play drives. Well, Maria, back to you.
All right, you guys go somewhere and get warm, because both of y'all look like your eyes are watering right now. Those were tonight's home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. Remember, the Bills can clinch the AFC East title on the first day in December with this win. And meanwhile, the 49ers just looking to keep pace in the NFC West. We've got Mike, Chris, and Melissa with the call on the other side. We will see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.